Hey everyone, I have here LEGO Collectible Minifigures Series 21, and we're going to look at each of the figures up close. I'm going to start with the paddle boarder here, or officially the paddle surfer. There's a lot to see with this figure, a lot to look at, starting with the board itself, which is a standard LEGO surfboard mold, but with a brand new exclusive print with some coral color on it. It's not perfectly produced, but it's pretty good. The life preserver piece is done in dark azure here, and then the headgear piece is done in medium azure with the cool yellow or light yellow color for the hair. Dual molded there, dual molded legs, brand new print for the torso, of course. That's what it looks like on the back. And I need to take some stuff off so you can see the front. And that is an absolutely glorious print for the front of that torso. That is great. Also, the little hip piece, just a tiny bit of print that's done there, is really, really crisp. And she gets this alternate face as well, notice with the shades. This figure also comes with a sand blue colored dolphin, and this is not the Friends style, but the other style, the most recent style of mold that they came up with for this. Has a couple of attachment points on the underside, and the more realistic style of molding and shaping around the nose, and a more city style or regular minifig style of eye printing, and also one spot where you can connect a hand or clip to the dorsal fin so you can ride along with it. Violin Kid comes with a piece you can use to represent the world's tiniest violin, and that is actually pretty nice. Like, the mold for it is nice. The color is dark orange, which works pretty well, I think, and the print on it is good. I also like his Blacktron fan torso. Unfortunately, the white is not quite as white as it should be, but it's not distracting to me just with this color scheme, the way that it's done and where it's placed over all that white masking. The lower legs are done in dark azure, and this kid also has an alternate face to go with actually playing the world's tiniest violin. Though the neck of the instrument can be held by a minifigure hand, I think this is the best way to pose him for actually playing. So you get the bass right there underneath the chin, or right up to the chin, and then you can actually make it look like he's strumming and looking at it. So yeah, I think this works out really well. I'm a little disappointed this shipwreck survivor figure does not come with an official Wilson side character, side part, I guess. But I'm going to let that slide because of the new hermit crab piece. It's just the orange part, and then on top of that, you see they've attached the hollow stud and then one of the new swirly pieces. I'll just call it in white. And the hermit crab also gets the eye printing on it. I hope to see that piece done in many more colors in the future. It just has a bar sticking out the back of it to attach everything. The production work for this figure is really, really good. The prints are good. The dual molded legs have a seamless transition to the printed portion of them, to get the tattered bases. You also get a brand new exclusive printed message in a bottle. That's good. The tattoo there looks good. Just all of this is really well done. I hope to see more quality on this level from LEGO in the future. They've kind of been up and down over the past couple of years. Too bad this doesn't have an alternate face. It definitely could have used one, but there is what we do get. Ladybug Girl is one of two fully costumed figures in this series and does come with the 1x1 tile to represent just a small ladybug beetle. There's also a spare of that. Anything that's that small is also offered up as a single spare with any set or figure. The legs are dual molded here, which you almost wouldn't see because, again, they've done a really, really good color and texture match between the plastic and the print in black there to mask it off. But you do see just those awkward little bits of red showing through right there in the middle, down, right smack in the middle of the legs. So that kind of belies what's actually going on there. But otherwise, you look around the side, you barely even see that there's any printing going on whatsoever. The elytra, or outer wing cover piece, is brand new and printed well, and the alternate face is very cheerful. Here's the other fully costumed figure already, the pug costume guy. Probably some folks would rather see this as a French bulldog. Either way works for me. But this one does have the mid-sized legs, which is nice because those can actually be rotated. You can get a little bit of articulation out of it. I think the mold for the head is done really, really well. And the little bit of print that you get on the front is nice for the scarf. It's nicely, just nicely designed. The bone piece is new in teal, and the teal represents a chew toy as opposed to an actual bone. And the print on the back of the torso Gets a little suggestion of a little curly tail there. Underneath, you do get an alternate face, and both of the faces here have the tongue sticking out. I don't know if that's a first for Lego, maybe. Several interesting things are going on with the beekeeper here. First of all, there's no need to adjust your set, your device, or the focus from my camera because his head is not out of focus. It's just partly obscured by a nice, very, very fine surface texture to represent the netting on his headgear piece. So rather than just making that a dual molded part with just regular trans dark brown or trans black, we often call it, they put a little bit of texture on there. It makes it translucent and also kind of satin, which is nice. It has a good effect. It makes it look like, hey, there's something there. There's something in the way, and it's not just a piece of plastic or a piece of glass that's trying to represent netting. The 2x2 print there, which is new, shows the bees flying around as viewed from the side. It's a little bit awkward to me. I wish that they had done at least one of those bees, as being actually on the comb, tending to it. Right now, I think that would have looked a little bit better and made a little bit more sense. Right now, to me, at first glance, it looks like those poor bees are just missing a wing each, and they're tumbling out of the sky. But more interesting than that, to me, is what I didn't realize at first. Folks later corrected me about it, but his smoker is not a new piece. It's the silver-colored coffee mug piece, and it just has the little angle adapter at the end of it with the open stud in it, in the new light gray color. Okay, that actually works out really well. It's too bad, though, that the colors aren't matched between the two. Would have been perfect if we got a silver piece for that adapter part. The print on the back of the torso here looks pretty good. Print on the sides of the legs looks pretty good. There's his alternate face that shows him tasting the honey. And there's that print on the side of the leg again. And there's just what his face looks like underneath it all. The Ancient Warrior, which is based on actual Aztec history, looks amazing in person. I mean, it had some impressive detailing just that you could see easily from photos, but seeing this in person kind of blows me away. There's a lot of amazing work that's done here with the really, really nicely sculpted jaguar headdress with really good printing on it as well, with multiple colors registered up nicely. He's got the printing on the side of the arm, and that's on both sides. The printing, I mean, just all the printing is really, really good from head to toe. The weapon is dual molded. It's got the black in the center and then the medium nougat color around it. It looks textured pretty properly with a nice shine for the obsidian inserts, and then the rest of it is supposed to represent wood, so it's not shiny. His shield is done very nicely. You get a little bit of shine off of it. Just goodness. Really, really good. I mean, one thing that would have made this better, I suppose, is dual molding, but it doesn't really need it for the legs there. Maybe some of the tattooing work on the arms could have gone up closer to the shoulders, but it's pretty close. It's not quite even like this one. This shoulder is done better than the other one, right? This one's a little bit farther away from the socket where the black ends. I don't know if that's intentional or not. Underneath, he does have an alternate face. That's good also. That looks really, really good. And then here's this one in full. Both very, very impressive. Let me show you what this looks like also with the headdress piece on, framing it up. Airplane Girl looks like a pretty good follow-up to the figure they did with a small car around the waist, but this one just makes a lot more sense to me because I can totally see a kid just, flying around or pretending to fly around, maybe make a historic Atlantic crossing or something. I don't know, this just looks better to me. Also, the plain piece, which has one stud on either wing and then an additional stud just in front of the torso, has no printing on it, which means unlike the car that they did in this style, this one can be used for all sorts of things. And, it's just a little bit more generic, a little bit better, I think, for regular Lego building. Now, you can pull this up, of course, and underneath there's the full face. That looks pretty good. Nice to see a little bit of, is that supposed to be like a scratch or a little bit of dust on one side? More likely dust and soot, from the airplane exhaust. There's the alternate face, and the historic tribute print on the back of the torso looks very, very nice. Plenty of gold on that. And here's what it looks like around the front. Additionally, they did a very nice thing with this set. This figure included a hairpiece. as well they should. So easy to do, so cheap. Glad to see it when it happens. Very, very nice. Could Space Police Guy have come with any more accessories? He has the stun baton there, and both of the pieces have spares included in the bag, so you can make a second one if you want. He's got his full armor plus the helmet with the visor on it. He's got the riot shield with the unique print on it. The helmet also has a unique print for it. The classic space logo is used there on the armor piece. On the back, they've clipped on a set of handcuffs, and they also give you an extra set of handcuffs in the pack. And he also has a full-on gun, just a ray gun. Not the most realistic thing. That's fine. It's appropriate. And let's see. It comes with the dual molded helmet, not a new piece, but cool. Well, I mean, the print is new. Dual molded legs with good production work for the little bit of print to form the suggestion of the knee pad or knee armoring. That's the only print that's on the legs, but it's done well. And underneath, look at this. He is not trying to be Space Police 3. He is Futuron, 100%. Futuron, just a neo-classic Futuron figure here. Full on, just official. I did not expect that at all. So that is something really, really special for fans of the second generation of classic Lego Space. And there's the printing on the back. I guess there's a little bit of tie-in to Space Police because that is the same logo style that was used for the original Space Police. The first one had the blue and main color was blue with the red colored windshields and such. So yeah, this is a more special figure than I thought. Doesn't tie all together. Everything doesn't tie together as well as I would like, especially with the gunmetal gray here. The alien here, who has no other descriptor or modifier to the name, it's just alien, may have used the gunmetal gray colored crowbar there in a heist to pick up that diamonds-like gem, maybe, perhaps, thereby making him a prime suspect for the Space Police Guy to go after. However, innocent until proven guilty and all that. I mean, there may not have been anything illegal going on here whatsoever. It may just be a case of mistaken identity, or I don't know, maybe I'm just completely wrong. The prints on this are great. I love the print on the back of the torso especially, but it's nice what they did going down the sides of the legs and arms. And those are printed, the arms are printed pretty well close up to the tops of the shoulders. It's too bad that the registration is not ideal on this one that I got for the legs and hip piece. It's just offset, as you can see, to one side. The print on the front of the torso is pretty good. There is no minifig head piece underneath that head because it's just its own specialized thing. Dual molded with black and bright green with additional printing on top of that. Pretty well done figure. See, this one just has, I think, a more consistent, complete scheme than the Space Police counterpart. This figure is called Cabaret Singer, and she is singing her heart out, wielding both the microphone and the microphone stand there. A very, very strong look with a very expressive face. There is no iridescence on this figure, no glitter on the print, on the figure itself. You're just seeing little bits of the brightest silver color that Lego has that they use for prints. And they've just done it with really, really fine little dots of slightly different sizes. That works out pretty well. There's some simulated iridescence for the eyeshadow with just some layering. The legs are dual molded, and again, the print is done pretty well where you see the interface between for the knees where they're showing the tops of the boots. That is actually printed on as opposed to just leaving them straight across the top. And yeah, the color matching there is pretty good. The headdress piece, interestingly, is not dual molded. I originally thought it would be dual molded, but it's just teal, and the purple is printed on or sprayed on, and it looks really good. It is nice and opaque and fits around the edges well. It's not fuzzy around the edges, so that's really nice. Now, this piece here does have some physical texture to it. This cloth piece has the bright, almost chrome silver little bits on it, kind of representing sequins. And then there is an alternate face also. Unfortunately, the print for the torso in yellow, the skin tone is not done all that well. It's just, it's not thick enough. It needed to be brighter, especially with this, this strong color scheme. I think it would have worked way, way better if they had put a second layer on that to make it properly bright and to match it. There's nothing else to see here, just the dual molding again of the legs. Last up, I have here the Centaur Warrior, female version this time with the dark orange colored horse portion. 3 accessories with the bow, quiver, and also an apple to act as either a snack or a target. And the horse portion of it is dual molded with dark brown to bring in the proper color for the tail there. Really nice printing for the sides of the arms there for the bracers, and then also for the front of the torso. Sorry, it's a little bit difficult to capture this one, quite as closely and well as the other ones. Just it doesn't fit on my minifig spinner for obvious reasons, but the production work here is definitely pretty good. We need to take a look underneath that hair. There, we can do this for a better look with their alternate face. And there's a better look at the front torso print. And that's the lot of them. So just 12 figures in this entire series makes this one of the smaller series that they've ever done. It is the smallest of the numbered mainline ones, numbered Collectible Minifigures series 1 through 21, but they've done others on the side. And I'm okay with that because I feel like the whole collectible minifigure blind bag craze has died down significantly over the past several years. And so it makes sense to me for them to trim that down, to not put as many out there, and to focus a little bit more. And it kind of feels like they did focus because each of these figures is very strong in and of itself, design-wise and production-wise. Thankfully, I didn't get too many mistakes here, so I'm pretty happy with that overall. However, when I look at this as an entire body of work, as a collection, as an entire series, it doesn't feel that strong to me. Personally, pure subjective opinion there. This doesn't feel like one of the ones that I'll look back at 5 years from now, 10 years from now and say, oh, wow, that was one of the great series that they did as an entire series. Not to say that anybody would be wrong to pick this as one of their favorite series, even if it's just for one of the individual figures that really stands out, to them or to you. Speaking of which, I need to pick my personal favorite figure out of these. And it's been ripping and tearing at my soul to choose between 2 of them. But I've got to go with the ancient warrior here, the Aztec warrior. There's just so much good here. There's so much about this that is done well. In a very close second place is the alien, because this is more my style. Like this is not subject matter that I personally am that interested in, but the figure is just that good that I feel like it deserves first place, even from me. But yeah, the alien is in a very, very, very close second. Well done, and just the type of stuff that I like. I'm absolutely disappointed that I don't love the Space Police figure, because that's definitely my jam. Typically the sci-fi stuff and call back to almost classic space, fairly old stuff. But I really think it's the armor piece being in gunmetal gray, which I typically like. I usually like anything in gunmetal gray, but here with the red and then the black and the white, it just doesn't all work together for me. Kind of like the entire series, I feel. So this is one of my least favorites, even though I like individual components of it, most of the individual components. I typically don't like the fully costumed figures, but not fully because the whole face is shown of the actual person inside. But this is well done. The pug guy here is well done. And I think it's a combination of the mold of the headpiece and the scarf print that saved this one for me. Honestly, the violin boy is not that strong of a figure, but that alternate face is good. The classic throwback, inspirational torso is good itself, but then the violin piece itself is really good. So that one's off the table for least favorite. I have to go with the Beekeeper for my personal least favorite out of this entire series. Even though it's pretty well done, it's just not that strong. I think if the prints had been done better, or the print of the printed piece, the 2x2 tile there had been done better, so that was something that stood out, and was as strong as the headgear piece here, that would have helped it, as would have matching colors for the two pieces for the little smoker unit there. That should have been matched in my opinion. But yeah, it's hard to pick out anything particularly bad here, and I cannot wait to get more of the hermit crab piece itself in just as many colors as humanly possible. Please, Lego, hold on to that. Don't let this become something that falls by the wayside and ends up being an exclusive or almost an exclusive, just showing up in one more set with one more figure in the future. Churn, run through those and do different colors. So I hope you enjoyed this look. I did my look at the pretty long and in-depth look at the pictures of these. When the pictures were first released, they were in good quality and everything, but it's different. It is definitely different to see these in person. So I'm glad I finally got to that. Let me know in the comments, if you would be so kind, what you think about this as a body of work, as an entire series. Does it feel strong to you? Does it feel just okay? And if you'd like to, pick out your personal favorite figure and your personal least favorite figure. Looking forward to hearing what you have to say about it. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you again soon.